Yo, what's good guys? So today I'm doing another product review video for you guys since I wanted to do a product review on the previous board that I skated, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Unfortunately, it's raining outside and I can't skate at all or anything like that, so we're just gonna do another indoor video. So I figured that I would do another product review. I will have a tutorial video, another tutorial video coming out either this weekend or the following week. I know I usually say like I upload twice a week on this channel, but I think like one video a week might just be like the best thing for me to do like right now, mainly because it kind of like uploading 2 videos a week kind of like takes a lot of time, especially like with editing and just like the whole filming process itself, of course depending on like what video I'm doing. But I will try to get to before next week, but if not, this will probably be the only video for this week and I will have the tutorial video up for next week. But anyways, let's get into the whole deck review. So let's do it. All right, so here was the board, the previous board that I skated. This was the pizza skateboard. This was like the help me graphic. You can still see some right here. And it had like a little earth character going on in the back. This was a size 8.25 deck. That's the size that I normally ride. And I'm just gonna get right into it. So I actually got this board from Zoomies. Go ahead, hate me, sue me, whatever you want. And I got this on my way home from my senior week that I had with my friends last year. We stopped by like Delaware, like in the outlets and stuff, and there was like a Zoomies over there, and I know I needed a board and I couldn't wait until I got back home to get a new board. So I decided to go in there, treat myself a little bit, and got this pizza deck. The main reason why I got it was because not only did the graphic look cool, but the shape. I've pretty much like, I've heard of pizza before, but I never really see a lot of people repping them or any of that. I don't know if it has anything to do with like, because I googled the company and there was a little bit of like controversy going on. Like some of the team riders had like issues going on, like legal issues going on or whatever. So I think like some of the graphics were also offensive just from like what I read. I don't know if they're like credible sources or anything like that, but that's just kind of like what I've heard. And like I never really see people ride these boards, so I kind of wanted to give them a shot for myself. I was definitely a little skeptical at first. I was thinking like, kind of worried about like if it was gonna break quickly or not, but it didn't. But main reason why I picked this up again was because, you know, I've heard of it before, but I kind of want to give it a shot, see if they're really good. And also mainly because of the shape of the board itself. The shape of this board is pretty decent. I will say it does have a really big nose. It's more on like the squarish and roundish type of shape, especially when it's like brand new. Obviously it's kind of worn down since I've skated it. The tail is definitely more on the round side. Usually a lot of the boards that I skate, it's usually like a pointier tail and like a little bit of a rounder type of nose. So usually typically the boards that I skate would have a nose that's about the shape of this tail. And this nose is kind of just like not really common, at least for the boards that I've skated. So this is the shape of it right here. I don't know if you guys can, hopefully you guys can see that just fine. Here's a sideways view of it. But yeah, so I picked it up because the shape looked pretty good. I wanted to try it out. The concave, I will say, is definitely more on the mellower slash flat-ish type of side. I personally don't like to skate boards with a lot of concave. I like to kind of have a little bit of like a mellow to like flatter concave, because it just feels a lot more comfortable for me. However, steep concave does help you a lot with flick. But for me personally, I kind of like to skate a flatter concave because it's just a lot more comfortable for my feet. So that's that. When it comes to the nose and the tail and like how steep the kicks are, it's not really that steep. However, I will say this board was a little bit steeper in terms of the nose and the tail compared to the primitive board that I'm skating right now and like a couple previous boards that I've skated in the past. But over time, it does flatten out a little bit as you keep skating it, but it's not incredibly steep. I wouldn't say this is the same type of steepness that you would find on like a board from like Dwindle, so brands like Almost, Blind, Darkstar. It's definitely not that steep, but it's a little bit, you know, steeper than like a really mellow board if you are someone who rides mellow boards, but it shouldn't really mess with you if I'm being quite honest. So the wheelbase for this deck, depending on what size board that you're riding, this again was an 8.25 inch deck in width. So the wheelbase on this was 14. Now, for people who don't know what a wheelbase is, your wheelbase is basically the distance from the bottom 2 bolts all the way to the first 2 bolts in the back of your board. So from here to up here, the wheelbase was about 14¼ inches long, which is preferably that's about as far as I would go. I prefer to skate anywhere between 14 and 14¼ mainly because the shorter your wheelbase is, the faster your tail hits the ground and the faster and more responsive your pop is, and the less effort it takes to even pop in the first place. I've skated boards like Crooked in the past, where the wheelbase, I believe it was like 14 3/8 of an inch, and that one was really like it made my board feel a lot heavier. But with these boards, it's pretty responsive, and it's not really difficult to, you know, get the tail to hit the ground, especially the nose. You can't really struggle hitting the nose on the ground either when you do nollie or switch tricks. So that's definitely another plus about this deck, is that it has a nice perfect wheelbase. It's not too wide, not too short. It's kind of like the perfect happy medium in between. But my current board that I'm skating right now, the Perimeter deck, it's a 14-inch wheelbase. But honestly, I didn't really notice too much of a difference going from a 14¼ to a 14-inch wheelbase. So I guess 14¼ is about as far as I would go. But if you're someone who likes to skate a 14¼ inch wheelbase, these decks are definitely perfect for you. If you're someone who likes to skate above that, I definitely don't think it would mess you up or affect you in a negative way. But that's pretty much the wheelbase of this board. Now, in terms of the quality and how this deck truly felt as I skated it, these decks do really feel really solid. Not once did I ever feel like it was softening up. Even like with the tail, like razor tailed and whatnot, it was still pretty like snappy, I would say. The only reason why I changed it was mainly because I'm really used to skating tails that are very tapered. Whenever I skate boards that have a very round tail, when it starts to razor tail like this, it easily, like, my pop is just really not there. But if I'm picking my board up and I snap the tail down to like bring my board up, it is still very snappy. And like the wood itself, like it still sounds like pretty solid. Like, I don't know if I could like that still sounds pretty brand new. And but again, the only reason why I changed it out was because I was not getting consistent like pop on flat ground, or if I'm skating the hip at my park. So I wanted to switch it out, because again, like I said, I like to skate more of a tapered tail, or like a pointier tail. So that was pretty much the only reason why I switched it out. And I had this board for about, I want to say like 6 months maybe. I got this board back in July, and it wasn't until December of 2022 that I changed it out. So I knew it was definitely time to switch it out. I also switched it out mainly because I think I chipped the nose, but I like kind of smacked it back in. Or no, I chipped the tail is what I did, but I had to like push it back in. But that's, you know, me changing this deck out was just my choice. It had really nothing to do so much with the board. I could have still skated this board if I wanted to, but I just really wanted to get rid of it because I kind of wanted to skate something else, and try out different decks. And while I did like the shape of this board in the beginning, over time I kind of got tired of the shape because again, if you look at it, it's very round and squarish nose. It's a really big nose on this thing, dude, I'm not gonna lie. And it kind of messes with me a little bit, knowing that I don't skate boards with this shape in particular. And it's just like, even though it doesn't look so bad now, like performance wise, I was missing my pop a lot, but it could have been just me also. But yeah, there really isn't too much negative to say about these boards. I think they're very solid. I definitely don't really see this brand like being repped by a lot of people. But I definitely would suggest trying them out, especially if you go on their website. I always tend to see that they have a lot of boards on sale, as low as like $35, knowing that a lot of boards are like charging almost like $60-$70 just for a deck these days, when they used to like be a lot like affordable than that. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below to the website to get these decks if you do want one. They do feel very solid. They definitely won't disappoint you whatsoever. I don't know if they carry different like types of shapes, like, because I think when I also went to the Zumiez that I went to, there was another pizza deck that was an 8-inch board, and it looked a little bit more tapered and more pointier than this shape. So they definitely might carry like different shapes, and this may not just be like their only like stock shape that they have. So definitely explore the website if you definitely want to check these out. But again, they have a lot of these boards on sale usually whenever I go on their website. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this deck. I guess one last thing I really like to point out is that these decks feel fairly light. They are a very like light feeling board, and they're fun to skate, and I honestly think that you guys wouldn't be disappointed skating them. Overall, I would give this board a rating of like 8 out of 10. I would definitely skate these again for sure. I might have to try, hopefully they have like different like other shape options for me to try out, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I know this video was a lot shorter than usual, mainly because I didn't really plan out what I was gonna film this week. I just kind of thought about doing this video today because it was raining outside. But yeah, if you guys want a pizza deck, I'll leave a link in the description below. They should have a crap ton on sale. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I need to do my outro while you guys are not sitting on the thing. This is what I was just like sitting on, and my whole basement was redone too. So I think last video that I did on this basement, I had like a step stool here, and I set you guys down right there, and you guys just stared at me as I was doing my thingy right over there. So yeah, that's that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys do want to see more from me, you can always hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way you are notified every time I upload a new video. So definitely hit that notification bell. That way you guys don't miss an upload. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys like this video, leave a like on it and comment down below whatever you want. I guess I don't really have anything specific for you guys to comment down below. If there's any board brands that you guys want me to try out and review in the future, definitely leave it down below and I'll give it a shot for you guys. But that's all I have to say. Get out there and skate if you can, if the weather permits. If you don't skate, start skating, or do whatever it is that make you happy, you know, because why not? But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Take care. Peace.
Missing someone.